The first round of the NFL draft is one of the most expensive coin flips in professional sports, and today we're going to show you exactly why. Now, before we get into numbers, we have to define our terms, because when scouts say a pick was a hit, they mean something very specific. Two metrics matter. First, the 4-year starter rule. Did the player that the team selected start 75% of the team's games on that rookie deal? And two, the second contract. After the rookie deal expired, did the team want to keep them around? Only 44% of first-round picks stay with the team that drafted them. So you're spending top capital on a player when less than half even stay long-term. Now think about that. Look at this curve. This is the Pro Bowl rate amongst all 32 first-round picks. Now watch what happens as we move right. So top 10 picks, a 52% Pro Bowl hit rate. I mean, that's still a coin flip. The odds are definitely still in your favor, but once you get past top 10, we're looking at a 31% Pro Bowl hit rate. Now, you're genuinely more likely to miss than hit. Here, guys, is actually the wildest data point on this whole chart. Look at this. This is pick 5. They have a 36% all-pro hit rate. That's actually higher than pick number 1, higher than pick number 2, the highest pick on the entire chart. And why is that? It's because picks 1 and picks 2 are almost always quarterbacks. So teams pay a premium for them. They reach for them. And the learning curve at the position is so steep, it makes it almost impossible to become an all-pro there. Pick 5 is where elite non-quarterback talent, think Jalen Ramsey, Jamar Chase, this is where these kind of guys fall. That's because teams above them were too busy chasing signal callers. And then there's this, picks 22 and 26. Historically, a 57% bust rate. That's over half. You know why? Because these are the picks where teams start drafting for need rather than best player available. Your team needs a cornerback, and the best corner at the board is at 22, so you take him, even though he's a reach. First round corners bust at a 50% rate, so that's dangerous even if you're careful. Now let's talk about what positions you actually want to draft in round 1, because not all first round picks are created equal. Offensive tackle, a 73% hit rate. It's the single safest first round investment in the sport. Why is that? It's because the physical traits that make a great college tackle, length, footwork, anchor, translate almost directly to the pro game. It's the most what you see is what you get position in the entire sport. Interior offensive line is right behind them at 70%. So if you want to build a franchise properly and not get fired, you start with the trenches. Now here's the quarterback paradox. 63% hit rate in terms of starting games. It sounds decent, but their all-pro hit rate is the lowest of any top 10 position. Because the jump in processing speed, reading defenses, and managing professional offenses is so steep that even great college quarterbacks regularly fail to reach their ceiling once they get to the NFL. Now look at this, guys. Corner, 50%. Edge rusher, 49%. These are reactive positions. These are positions that require elite athleticism. And here's the problem. If a player is even 1% slower in the NFL than they were in college, it shows immediately, and it can't be coached. You either have that twitch or you don't. And here is the thing that blows everybody's mind, guys. The first round does not make up the majority of NFL starters. It's not even close. Rounds 2 through 4, 47% of active NFL rosters, the real meat of the league. This is where franchises are built. Not in the first round. The first round is a signature piece, but rounds 2 through 4, those are the foundations of a franchise. First round, 28%, less than a third. The premium investment makes up less than a third of starters on any given Sunday. Here's the kicker. Undrafted free agents make up 10% of NFL starters. That's more than rounds 6 and 7 combined. Players that nobody wanted to select making up a bigger portion of starters than players that teams invested a draft pick in. The draft is less about scouting genius and more about risk management. The best organizations aren't the ones that necessarily see talent better. They're the ones who collect enough chances to stay in the game when they inevitably miss. The Baltimore Ravens run the compensatory pick strategy. They almost never trade up. They let the board come to them. They collect extra picks through free agent losses and have one of the highest homegrown starter rates in the entire league. The Philadelphia Eagles go trenches first. They use almost exclusively first-round capital on quarterbacks, defensive line, and offensive line. Their belief? Skill players, receivers, running backs. They can be found later or traded for. Guys in the trenches cannot. The Houston Texans recently figured out that aggressive targeting play. When they traded back into the top 5 to get Will Anderson Jr., they bypassed those 50-50 odds in the middle of the first round to get themselves a blue chip lock. Accept that short-term cost to get past that danger zone. Every April, fans lose their mind over the first round. Every hit feels like destiny. Every miss feels like a disaster. But the data tells a very different story. The first round is a high-stakes casino, but the house always has the edge. The best teams aren't the ones that never lose a hand, they're the ones that have enough chips to keep playing. Draft smart, build in the middle rounds, and don't bet the entire franchise on a coin flip. The smartest football minds in the world haven't been able to master the science of the NFL draft yet, but hopefully this helps you guys at home a little bit. I'm Chris Mano with VT Sports. Thank you for checking us out, guys. Like, share, and subscribe.